Hello everyone, I am Nabil Anjum here. I hope all of you are safe and doing well. In this video, I am going to introduce a network management system which I have designed for STH modernization network. So on your screen, on the right of your screen, you can see one table. This table is showing all the CIs which are learned on this, which are configured on this network. So these are the total number of CIs, and this table is also showing the more detail about the CI. Like it is showing the source and the destination of the CI, and it is showing the CV LANs and the SV LANs configured for this CI. So if we need the more information about this particular CI, then we can select this one, and we can go to CI detail button. And once we will press this button, a new window will pop up. In this window, we can see the more detail about this CI. Like we can see here the ports which are connected to the client and their status and protocol status, it is shown in this table and the description. So this CI is down, the status is down, a protocol is down. That is why in the MAC address table there is no MAC address. I will open another CI which is learning some MAC addresses from the client side. Yes, here in this for this CI M3352, we can see here there are some MAC addresses learned for the from the CI from the client side. So here we can see the ports which are connected to the client for this CI. In the next tab, in the hardware tab, we can see there is another table which is showing the RX power column. In this column, we can see the optical power received from the client side on this particular port. Then the card name is shown, the which card is used for this circuit, and then the serial number of the card is shown over here. Then we have the module name, the name of the module used on this port, and the serial number of this module. Here on the bottom of this table, we can see the input output rate, the packets received, and then we can see the total number of the CRC errors, the input errors, the output errors on this CI. So the information displayed in this window is stored in the memory. I will explain here how this network management system is working. Once we will launch this network management system, it will log in into the ASR device, and it will fetch all this information, and it will process this information, and then the information will be stored in the memory of the system. From there, the information is displayed in this window. So the information which is shown over here is the old one. For example, if we run the network management system, and after 1 hour or half hour we want to see the information about this CI, this information is the old one. So if we want the fresh or the new refreshed information about the CI, we have to press this query button. So once we press this query button, this device, this system will again log in into the device, and it will fetch all the data, and it will process it again, and it will display over here. So if the status changes, for example the status is down or administratively down, it will be displayed over here. If the MAC address is increased or decreased, it will show the new MAC address table, and there may be the total number of MAC addresses are increased or decreased. Then the RX power, if it is decreased or there is no power, the circuit is down from the client side, it will be displayed over here. Then if for example if someone changes any card at the site, and the serial number will change for the card, or if we change any module at the site, it will change. So once we will query the press the query button, it will bring the new information. This new information will be displayed over here. So there is no delay in the information consistency. The information will be consistent as soon as we will press the query button. So this is how the system is working. As I talked earlier, when the network management system is launched, it will log in into the devices and fetch the data. So there are the two methods which we can follow to log in into the devices. For example, if we have 163 nodes in the network, if we log in into these nodes one by one, what will happen? There will be delay, and maybe it will take 1 hour or maybe more than 1 hour to extract all the information and display. But this is not the case which I have used over here in this system. I have used the multi-threading. What multi-threading will do? As soon as we will launch this NMS, the system will log in all the 163 devices simultaneously. It will log in, it will fetch the data from all the devices, it will process it concurrently, and then it will store the all data in the RAM, in the memory of the system. Then it will be displayed over here. Once this process will be completed, this system will disconnect all the connections with the routers gracefully. Now uh, at this moment there is no link between this system and the ASR devices. So all the information is stored in the memory, and it is going to be displayed over here. So once we need any new information about this CI, we have to just query the data. Once we will query the data, it will display the fresh information, the new information from the ASR. So here we can see this is 250 is the VLAN ID, again from where this MAC address is learned. So it is showing all the VLANs with the MAC addresses as well. So this window is showing about the data or information about one CI only. On the left hand side of the screen, we can see there is an other tree. This is the ASR 903 and 907 uh, routers. So once we will click on any of this device, it will show all the information about the ASR. In the general tab, we can see the node name, the ISO version, temperature of the node, the GSM site ID against this site AH3 and 3A, and then it will show the GPS location and the node IP address. So this is the general information about the ASR. In the next tab, it will show all the circuits configured on this ASR. In the previous window, here I can see the list of the CIs, but this is the list of CIs configured on the whole network. But once we will double click on this ASR level view, then we will have the total number of circuits configured on this particular ASR. Then in the next tab in the ring connection, we can see here the uh, ports which are connected to the rings. In the previous window, it was showing the same information, like in the hardware, it was showing the ports which were connected to the client side only. But in the node level window, we can see the ports which are shown here are the ports which are connected to the network. So this port, for example, TE0/0/0 is connected to the ring 6-1-1, and this is here is it is also showing the MAC addresses learned on this ASR. So what is the difference between the previous window for the CI level? The total number of MAC addresses shown over here are for a particular CI. These 8 CIs, the 8 MAC addresses are for this CI B0992. But here we can see the MAC addresses shown in this table are for the all CIs, learned from the all CIs for this ASR. In the next tab in the client connection, we can see if there are any ports connected to the client. It will be shown over here in the hardware window. I am showing you the receive power from the client from the on this port. So this is the 10G port which is facing to the ring, and it is showing the power on that particular port. then the card name, the card serial number, the module name, and the module serial number for this port is shown over here. Again, I will mention if we have any fault and we change any module, or if we change any card, and if there is any change in the power, if we want to check the refresh information, we have to press the query button. It will again log in into the device and it will fetch all the data and it will display over here, and all the changes in the information will be displayed over here. For example, if the port goes down, it will show the updated status of the port, uh, and if any circuit goes down, it will show over here the changes. Then in the second last tab, I can see here the platform status. Here I have displayed the platform information, all the cards information and their state is mentioned over here. In the last tab, this is G.8032 tab. In this tab, I have shown the status of the RPL links. So this may be the useful information. If we have any outage or any alarm or any issue, we can simply come here and we can query the data. It will show the latest information, and here we can see all this information immediately. So this information is shown over here. So what is the purpose of this network management system? If we have any complaint, we have to consult to the design. Once we open the design, we will find out the involved devices for that particular circuit. Then we have to log in into the router and we have to execute a bunch of commands. It will take some time, and then we have to extract the information and then we have to analyze that information. So to speed up this process, this NMS will help us, and the all information will be available on the few clicks now. It will save our time, and the information is centralized over here. One more interesting thing which I want to show here is this is the ASR ADA M7A. So here we can see these are the circuits. So we know that this is our device on which the CIs are not dropped directly to the client. So they are using the port channels, port channel 10 and 20. So I have displayed the CI. I have calculated all the CIs for the hub sites which are displayed over here. So so this is the whole information about this system. This system is designed and developed in the Python. The Python is used as the backend, and the PyQt5 is being used for the UI interface. The graphical user interface is designed in the PyQt5. I have already mentioned about the multi-threading and the purpose of multi-threading, and object-oriented programming is being extensively used for the development of this system. So up till now I was talking about the features which I have already achieved in this system. Now I will talk about the features which we will add on in the future. For example, in the CI status, there is another tab, VLAN detail. So once we will press this drop down list, all the VLANs will be displayed over here. Once we will select a VLAN, it will display all the MAC addresses learned through this VLAN. So this feature is not yet enabled. So in the future, inshallah, we will implement this feature as well. Then here we can export the data. This feature is not yet been implemented. So once we will press this export data button, it will extract all the information from the NMS, like the CI number, their source, destination, CVLANs, SVLANs, and all the MAC addresses learned through this circuit. All this information will be saved in the Excel file. So the information will be readily available in the Excel file for further processing and usage. Then next in the ring drop down list, there are all the rings. Once we will press any ring over here, it will open a new window and it will display the diagram. So during the troubleshooting, if we want to consult the ring diagram, it will be readily available here in this system. Then here are the in the options I have ASR password change option. So once we will press this button, it will ask for the old password and the new password, and it will change the password for all the devices if it is desired, or it can ask for the one device and we can change the password. But this feature is not yet being implemented. Then ASR configuration backup feature, once we will press this button, it will take the backup from all the devices. The running configuration will be retrieved from all the ASR and it will be stored on the disk, and in the future if we need this backup we can utilize that one. So these are the features which will be added uh, later. So I hope this NMS will make our life easier and it will be helpful for the day-to-day operations. I'm looking forward for such suggestions to improve the uh, features for this NMS. Thank you very much for watching.